Hey, what's good? I'm gonna be telling you at the time I got scammed by a course. I was so desperate that I easily let myself fall for one of those gurus traps. On a late night in September, I was at a frat party shooting my shot like a player, but every time I approached a female, I would get rejected within the first minute, and it just kept happening back to back to back. So after many times, I just gave up and left the party. My confidence was on life support, feeling like the whole world was against me. During my Uber ride back to the college dorm, I was on YouTube searching for dating advice. I came across a video by a YouTuber who was giving out some tips, and I was eating up all their content. When I got back to my dorm, I was sitting back chilling, continuing to watch this person, enjoying the learning experience. The YouTuber brought up his dating course a lot, describing it as the foolproof way of attracting women. I got interested, and when I saw the course was $995, I didn't question how legit or absurd that price was. I was too deep in that I grabbed my debit card only to remember that I didn't have enough money in my account. The YouTuber talked about the course having a limited time discount, expiring at the end of the week. I was in a hurry to get the remaining bones. Then I remembered about all the times I used to feed on GTA and thought about how I used to get money. Then I came up with the brilliant idea of robbing a bank. Since I never did it in real life, I knew I needed a team. So in the morning, I decided to search all over Reddit. I eventually found a group that were talking about robbing a bank. I introduced myself to the group and asked if I could join in on their heist. They wanted to know what skills I could bring to the table, and then I told them about my countless hours playing GTA and how much virtual money I had collected over the years. They accepted me and instructed me to meet them at the crib to get started. Initially, I was skeptical about going to an unfamiliar location with people I had never met before, but then I remember about all the times I got rejected by women and never wanted to experience that feeling again. So I ordered an Uber and made my way to the spot. After knocking on the door and someone answering, I confirmed my identity by telling them the sacred code, and Lucas let me in. He led me down to the basement where I saw the group of men from Reddit standing around the table. Tommy greeted me and explained to me that they were missing one essential item to rob the bank and asked for my help to get it. He told me about a good friend of his named Robbie that works at the bank and has a key card they need. He needs me to go get it by any means possible. In my head, I'm like, oh man, but I was too dead set on getting this course, so I agreed to help. He then showed me a picture of Robbie, and Tyler drove me to the bar. During the drive, I had already thought of a plan, so when I walked into the bar and saw a decent amount of people there, I was already prepared. On my right, the drunk man was shouting aimlessly, while to my left was Robbie hanging out with a few girls. I then walked over to the drunk man and lied to him that the guy chilling with the girls was talking shit about him, and told him that I personally would not let that slide. The drunk man stumbled over to Robbie and punched him. As Robbie was trying to defend himself, I snuck up behind him and took his wallet from his pocket. But as he was turning around to stop me, the drunk man punched him in the face, and I dipped out the bar and I got in the car. After showing Tyler the key card, we got back to the basement and I gave Tommy the wallet. As happy as he was, I reminded him of our agreement for my cut of the money, but his dismissive answer made me doubt that he was actually going to follow through. Tommy said he needed to adjust the plan due to the key card level being higher than he expected, and told me to come to the hideout early the next day so he can fill me in on the new plan. Late that night, I was on 2K23 striking up the courts with my mans, but because we were cooking people that whole night, I had completely forgotten about the heist and ended up playing all night. So when I woke up the next day, I opened my phone to a whole bunch of unanswered messages from Tommy. I panicked and immediately ordered an Uber. On the way to the hideout, I tried texting him, but he didn't reply. Suddenly, I heard multiple mad loud sirens and looked up to see a whole line of police cars rushing past me. My heart sank when I realized that was the group of people from the Reddit I was working with who were most likely in the back of those cop cars. So as the Uber driver was taking me to the hideout, I noticed that the bank we were supposed to rob was shut down. I told the Uber driver to drive me to the bank instead. Once I got there, I saw a shoe that Tommy had on, and when I got closer to it, I saw a stack of cash next to it. I took the money and saw that it was 1,000 buckaroos. After cashing the money at another bank, I ran back home and copped the course with the biggest smile on my face. After watching all the content on there, I felt like I had the cheat code to game and was excited to try out the advice. Then when the next college party came around, I followed the YouTuber's exact advice to the T, from the clothes I wore to the cologne I used. When I approached the first girl, I confidently used the same exact line he told me to say. At first, she was shocked, and when I saw that, I felt like the man. But then I saw her face expression turn into anger, and I suddenly felt less of a man. She then smacked me in the face and walked away. After that incident, I never bought or listened to anyone who had a course ever again. Time and time again, we see the same mistakes repeat, and we do nothing about them. Sometimes during periods of our lives, we run back into the same thing that hurts us just to escape from the pain we felt earlier. But all it does and all it did was bring us more pain and disparity as time went on. To put an end to this, I'll deliver y'all a sacred message that would cure y'all tendency to repeat mistakes. The moral of the story is to always be there for the people who need you the most. This is because if you're there for them, then you will have an alliance of people who can take care of the different needs in your life.